So like many of us, you're probably thinking about comparing brokerages and seeing which brokerage best aligns with you and your needs right now and what you want to achieve in the future. And that is exactly what today's video is about. I'm actually going to be breaking down all the main brokerages in a tiered list and explaining why I think they are rated at a certain level. And hopefully you find this interesting and you might actually find by the end of this video, you want to switch brokerage. So I want to dive right in and start unpacking each of the brokerages individually. So we're going to be breaking down each of the brokerages on a few different elements. Firstly, we're going to be looking at the model. Then we're going to be looking at the commission split. We're going to be looking at the cap, the fees, the training, and the additional wealth creation opportunities. So with that being said, let's dive right in. So the first brokerage we're actually going to look at is Keller Williams. Now, Keller Williams, I'm going to actually put in the A category. So Keller Williams is a franchise brokerage and the split is 64-36. So that's 64 to the agent, 30% to the brokerage, and there is a 6% franchise fee. Now, Keller Williams has an $18,000 cap and the desk fees, depending on the region you're in, range from anywhere from $50 to $125. It really depends on the market center. Now, as for training, Keller Williams has both Bold and Keller Williams University, and also for additional wealth creation opportunities, Keller Williams has the profit sharing program. So this next brokerage we're going to be rating is actually Remax. Now, Remax, I'm actually going to put in the C category, which you might be surprised by. The thing is about Remax is there is a lot of different splits available and fees that are available, and I'm going to focus mainly on the 95.5. Now, the biggest issue for Remax for me is the fact that there is no cap. So you go to 95.5, even if you take an 80-20 with a higher or lower desk fee, depending on where you're at. It's the fact that you always have to pay in 5%. There is no cap. There's no chance of you going to 100% commission. Now, Remax does have the Remax University for training, and the desk fees, again, vary quite widely, but they're about $400, give or take, but they can go into the thousands depending on your split. So the next brokerage I want to talk about is actually Century 21, which is one of the old guard of the real estate industry. Now, for Century 21, I'm actually going to put it in the B tier. Now, the reason I put it in the B tier is because commission splits actually start at 50-50, which is pretty devastating. Now, there is cases of them going up more towards 70-30 after a certain number of transactions, but if you were to just start with the brokerage, you're looking at more of a 50-50 split. Now, there is a $20,000 cap with Century 21, which is why I prefer it over Remax, which doesn't have a cap. Now, for the fees, it's about $100 to $350 a month. It really varies on the specific brokerage location, franchise location you are in. Now, for training, they do have Century 21 University and also local training. So the next brokerage I'm going to rate is eXp Realty, which is more of a new kid on the block, and I'm actually going to put eXp Realty in the S tier. Now, the reason eXp Realty is in the S tier is although the commission split is 80-20, there is actually only a $16,000 cap, and they also have the Icon program, which means if you do an additional 20 transactions after hitting cap, you actually get all of your cap back in stock. So you can essentially give nothing to the brokerage outside of the additional transaction fees. So as for the fees, it's $250 for the next 20 transactions. There's a $149 startup fee, and there is an $85 per month technology fee, which gives you access to the cloud and all the tools like KV Core and SkySlope and all that good stuff. Now, for training, there is over 50 hours of training, and there should be additional training from your sponsor if you're to join eXp. Now, for the additional wealth creation opportunities, there's 3 with eXp, which is why it's in the S tier. There is the revenue share program. So if you bring agents in and they join your team, you actually get paid a percentage of the money they pay into eXp as part of their cap. The next one is the Icon program, which allows you to get all your cap back in stock awards. And also there is the fact that you can buy stock in eXp. So that is a value add as well, owning stock in the business, and you also get it for when you close additional transactions. So the next brokerage I'm going to be rating is Coldwell Banker. Now, Coldwell Banker, again, another one of the old guard in the space, and I'm going to actually rate this as a B tier. Now, the reason for this, Coldwell Banker has actually got an 80-20 split, but it's only got a $15,000 cap. Now, the desk fees are around $50 per month, and it does also provide online training and in-office training like most brokerages do. So the next one on the list is actually going to be Real Brokerage. Now, Real Brokerage, I'm actually going to be putting in the A tier, and this is for a very good reason. So Real Brokerage is an 85-15 with a $12,000 cap. Now, there is additional fees of $225 per transactions. There is a $149 sign-up fee, and there is also a $500 annual brokerage fee, and this also gives you access to the technology. Now, the reason Real is also in the A tier is because the additional wealth creation, it also has stock opportunities and revenue share opportunities. The difference between the Real Brokerage revenue share and say eXp is Real, the percentages are slightly different, and it's also only 5 levels, when at eXp it is 7 levels. All right, so the next one we're going to be rating is Fathom Realty. Now, Fathom Realty, I'm actually going to put in the C tier. Now, it's in the C tier, 100% commissions. That's great if you're crushing out a load of deals. There is obviously no cap, and fees are $450 per transaction for the first 12 months. And then it lowers to $99 per transaction, and there is a $500 fee annually. Now, Fathom have just also brought out Fathom Academy to help you with online training to help progress your business, which is why it's not lower. So the final one we're going to be discussing is 100% commission brokerages. And there's a bunch of different ones out there, smaller ones. Now, on the surface, these seem great because they're 100% commission, but I'm actually going to put this in D tier. Now, the reason I put it in D tier is, okay, you get to keep 100% of the transactions, but as far from like training and everything else, it's just a case of good luck. Now, when it comes to fees, these also vary wildly, which is why I haven't got a specific number for you. I personally would stay away from these. I think if you want the 100% commission, something more like Fathom would serve you better. However, more of the named brokerages, especially things like KW Real and EXP, there is additional wealth creation opportunities there, which can allow you to actually have over 100% commission. So that's my list to wrap up here. Now, again, to reinforce why I think EXP is better than, say, Real and KW is KW on the surface seems great being a profit share, but a lot of market centers aren't actually profitable. So although there is that opportunity for additional wealth creation, it is very rarely capitalized upon because the market centers aren't usually profitable. Real is a great business. I like it. It's just not quite as good as EXP. It's like Lyft versus Uber. And EXP has the most wealth creation opportunities, and it allows you to build true passive income so you can one day exit the real estate business and the transaction side and still have that passive income generating revenue, similarly to that if you bought investments and real estate investments, right? If you'd like to learn a little bit more about EXP, I've made this video right up here explaining a lot more about the brokerage specifically, so you can go ahead and check that out, and I will see you in the next one.